Good morning and welcome to Morning Coach today. I am so glad you're with us. Hey, it's JB. It is February 5th, 2024. It is a Monday. We are ready to go, rocking and rolling, 5232. Excited about 5232 because this is the exciting time. Like, we've gotten through January. So that was, we had our planning month in December. We got January where we kind of get out of the gates. But now's when people start kind of losing it a little bit. Life kind of takes over. We get out of the holidays. We're back into kind of the grind. And it's like, what's going on? And to me, this is the most exciting time because this is the time to get motivated. This is what separates a lot of people. Most people are giving up. They're quitting. But we're not going to. We're going to rock this thing. And how do we do that? Well, it's a check, act month. Why is that so important? Because we're checking our plan now. We're going to check our plan. Plan, do, check, act. If you're just starting with me, that's great. Then we could just start with your plan now. But we're checking our plan. And that's the power of Morning Coach and being with me, and working with us. And that's why Mondays are so important because we organize. And so this month is about checking our plan. Where are we at? What's working? What isn't working? Let's make some adjustments as we move forward. And this week, we're going to start with motivation. I'm excited. Today, we're going to talk about getting motivated. Really pumped up about that. And we've got some cool things going on. Now, as you know, you don't have to do everything. This is really important. We want you to do your 7 Ps in the morning, which is have proper perspective, get your daily priorities set up, focus on improved performance, have patience, keep that posture good, stay present, and persist. And do that morning routine where you're getting some self-care in, listen to Coach Cast, doing your 7 Ps, organizing your day. That's the basics. But we're always bringing you stuff, okay? So this week, we're launching motivation, and we're going to really get into it this week. And also, we're launching a new 7-day dopamine reset challenge. You could do this at any time, just if you feel like you're just, overstimulated and you really want to step back from things. We've got a challenge for you, and that's up in the challenge area in the community. So you can do that at any time. You can do it with a group. You can do it by yourself. It's pretty cool. We're going to be launching that today. And I'll be talking more about that in the community. If you want to be a part of that, that's great. The other big thing that we're doing this month is talking about second brain. And as you know, our book of the month is Building a Second Brain. And also, I didn't even know this, but I know now, we have a wonderful expert on second brain in our community, Haley. Haley's amazing. She's in the community. She is an expert on using the art of Zettelkasten. And I hope I said that right. It's a German word, basically on organizing second brain, and she's just got a wealth of information, wrote a book. It's coming. I can't wait. And as you know, we don't do selling in the community. That's just one of our rules. But when somebody brings something to the table and I approve it just to make sure, we don't have people doing things in there, I'm totally cool with Haley sharing that because that's what we're doing. We're doing second brain. She does a newsletter. So I'm cool with that. But again, one of our rules is no selling unless we know what's going on, unless I know what's going on. It just we've got so many members, it gets ugly, right? But Haley is an expert, and I've had a chance to, have her come into some meetings, and I love the fact that we have this wealth in the community. I keep telling you, if you realized who's in the community, if you realize who's in there, you would be blown away. We have the best people. I have no doubt in my mind that we have amazing people that are bringing amazing skills. So when you get a chance, stop by the community. I'm telling you, there's some really good stuff going on in there. Okay, so today we're doing Get Motivated. Okay, that's what we're going to do today, Get Motivated. Tomorrow we're starting our book, Building a Second Brain. You can go on the Compass to find the information on that, or in the community, in the book study area. There's a link. You can grab the book, a great book on Building a Second Brain. And again, we're going to be working on that together this month. Wednesday, we've got Finding Big Energy to Do Amazing Things. How do you get that energy? You can hear my energy. One of the things you're going to get from me at Morning Coach every single day is energy, whether it's Dr. Paul or me. We're going to bring it. Dr. Paul's bringing it on Saturdays. Thursdays, we're going to talk about, I've been getting questions on apathy and why people give up and why people don't have motivation and why some people are not into motivation. I don't know if you have children or, you have a significant other or somebody else and you get into Morning Coach, you're all excited about it and they're like, what is that garbage? We're going to talk about that Thursday, okay? Because it's hard. Some people just give up. Some people have apathy, and it is what it is. And we're not going to talk about haters. We're just going to talk about why, and we're going to get over that Thursday. So, and we want to make sure we don't get apathetic. That's really, really a scary place to be. When we finally give up. We don't want to give up. We want to stay motivated and keep after things. Friday, we've got financial carrots and triggers. We're going to have some fun talking about some financial motivation to keep you going. Of course, Saturday, Dr. Paul's been doing a longevity series and always bringing us great information on Saturdays. And then Sundays, we're going to talk about spiritual motivation. Of course, I always talk about the Blues Brothers out of Chicago. I love the Blues Brothers, and they were always like, I'm on a mission from God. We're going to talk about a mission from God, which is pretty cool on Sunday. So we got a really, really big month. I mean, it's a big month. We got a big week and a big month. So, you know, if you get a chance, if you want to do the dopamine reset with us, right, with a group, we're going to do that starting today. And that means kind of limiting cell phones. You'll see when you go up in the challenge area, you can do that. And again, I think it's really important to understand this is a big system. It's huge, and you can take it as far as you want. You can keep it very simple, which people do. They have a one-page plan, and they listen to CoachCast, and they set their priorities. That's awesome, okay? That's totally cool. And then we have people with 40, 60-page plans, and it's cool too. You can go any direction with this, and I don't want to overwhelm you, so don't feel. Really important. Don't feel like, oh, okay, now JB's doing a 7-day do. I got to get in there and do it. I got to do it. You don't have to do any of this except the basics, which is take time for self-care, listen to CoachCast, work on your 7 Ps, and organize your planner. Okay? You can use the companion, take a picture of the planner and send it in so you're getting that coaching. That's getting better and better thanks to all the participation. So, you know, our metaphysical morning, that's our ritual, right? So you take some time for self-care, listen to CoachCast, get those 7 Ps in place, work your day with the Get It Done Now planner, take a picture, send it in, and then stop by the community once in a while. Okay, so we got it. We're ready. Oh, I'm so excited. This week is going to be amazing. It is so awesome. How am I channeling Richard Simmons there? I felt like Richard Simmons. If anybody remembers Richard Simmons, he always used sweating with the oldies in the 80s. That was like a Richard Simmons moment. But he had energy. You got to give it to Richard Simmons. Like, he brought energy. He helped people stay in shape. As much as you'd think, either way, like judgment-wise, man, give it to him, right? The dude had energy. Built a huge business on sweating to the oldies. Good for him. Good for him. Okay, before we get into more sweating to the oldies, this is our free Morning Coach Monday CoachCast that we do every Monday morning. It's Motivational Mondays. It's to give you some energy. But we have so much more over at morningcoach.com. Looking for a complete coaching system with planners and structure and literally coaching companions. You take a picture of your planner and send it in. We have got it. I mean, it is life-changing. If you haven't seen Morning Coach in a while, you need to come. And not only that, the community members are just off the charts. It is the best community in the world. Very affordable. You can try it out. Give it a shot, and then you get this CoachCast every single day. We've been doing Dr. Paul on Saturdays. I mean, it is just off the charts. And again, like I said, the value's in the community. I mean, we have people from all over the world supporting you towards your dreams. And if you don't want to get in there, hey, that's fine. You know, you can just listen to CoachCast, you know, do our metaphysical morning ritual, which is, you know, plan your 7 Ps, you know, open the planner up, get the planner in place, take a picture of it, send it in, and get that feedback. It is absolutely awesome. So go over and hit morningcoach.com, hit that join button, and get started. If you don't see it, it's in the footer typically, but man, it's time to get going. All right, get back into the show, but go over to morningcoach.com and get signed up right now. All right, we'll see you at morningcoach.com. Back to the show. All right, well, let's get into it today. Motivation, one of my favorite topics. So how do we stay motivated? I mean, we talk about New Year's resolutions, and I'm not a big fan of them because people start to get apathetic and they quit. And this is a time, right? You'll see it. Go to the gym. If you go to the gym, you'll see that people are quitting. I have my own gym for personal reasons, but because I don't like people videoing and stuff. I'm videoing myself. I don't need anybody else doing it. But no, but if you go to the gym, you'll see people aren't going anymore. And they're really cutting back on their health. And why is that? Well, it's just people are getting apathetic. They don't have the motivation anymore. So how do we stay motivated? Well, listen to Morning Coach. I didn't even have this on my notes. I didn't have that there. But that's one way, right? Get here in the mornings. And come on, let's get on this train. I'm going to take you there. This train is moving fast, and if you're with it, just hold on. Just get on and hold on. Be a sponge, okay? That's one way. Wasn't in my notes, but that's one way. The other way is to educate yourself. So I'm big in the second brain right now. I'm excited about getting things organized, because I'm using notes on my computer. Now, I've taught Google Keep. We've had people use all different types of situations. We're going to have a meetup on that, and I'm going to be giving you some information on different tools and ideas. And of course, I mentioned Haley has got this JB Glossinger, which I'm learning. I got to get her book. I'm waiting for it to come in. But for me personally, I'm going to tell you, I'm getting a second brain. So I'm educating myself on the new note system. This is me, because I use Apple, and reminders. And I'm building my system around that. I used to use Google Keep and Google Documents. Many of you know that. I've taught that. That's a great system. Notion's a great system. You'll see people posting in the community their systems. There's a lot of second brain systems. But the book we're reading is going to talk about the philosophies and some tagging and structuring and how to do things. And so I'm excited because a new iPad's coming out, and there's supposed to be some really cool features to it. In fact, they might even put Mac OS on it. They might have an iPad Ultra. That's just kind of, I'm nerding out on that. And so I'm excited. So I'm getting educated on second brain material, and I'm working on notes in Apple. So education can lead to motivation. And that's one of the things I try to do, is bring you something to get you excited about, every month. And your second brain process might be fantastic already, and that's great, but we can always learn something. And you might want to teach. You might want to bring something to the community. That's fantastic if you've got something that's really working. Like I said, Haley's, I didn't even realize it. We had like this expert on JB Glossinger, which I hope I'm saying it right. Haley, I hope I said that right. But again, the concept is, understanding education will lead to motivation. Get excited about it. You want to, get stronger, learn about getting stronger. Education will keep you motivated. The next thing I like to do, and again, I just mentioned it, is to buy something or use something that's collecting dust to get me motivated. So if I'm starting to do something, like you might notice we're doing a ton of shorts, we're doing a bunch of social media marketing, right? So in order for me to get motivated, I didn't buy a camera. I got my old camera out. I actually bought a camera years ago for shorts, and now I'm starting to use it. I'm using it for everything. I'm excited about it. So I took something that was gathering dust, and I kind of reawakened it. Now, I'm also talking about second brain. I'm educating myself. And what else am I doing? Well, I have an iPad that's like 5 years old, iPad Pro. I've used it forever. I love the thing, and I've been holding off. And now I'm excited to get the new iPad Pro, because it's going to be a new kind of technology. They're really transitioning into some things. It's going to be expensive. They're saying like $1,500. It's crazy. For the big one, $1,700. That's not even the keyboard. But they're saying the keyboard, it may be a computer. I'm not going to go there. I'm a tech nerd. I love it. But point being, I'm ready to buy something. And when you buy something, you get motivated. Maybe it's a new pair of shoes. Maybe it's some supplements. Again, buying something or getting something out that's collecting dust can lead to motivation. Very important. Okay, what else leads to motivation? Well, energy creates energy. Energy creates energy. So it's kind of counterintuitive. It's, again, like flying an airplane. You push down to go up. You put that nose down. You're going to create airspeed. You're going to go up. Okay, you can pull up, but it's really not the best way. You want to push your nose down, get airspeed, you'll go up, right? And actually, let's full disclosure, how you really go up is with throttle. So throttle is really how you control altitude. So a lot of people think you're using the yoke, but you're actually, the more throttle you give it, you're going to go up, right? You're creating acceleration. I'm not going into being a pilot, but energy creates energy. And so a lot of things are counterproductive. Like you want to hit a golf ball to the right, you kind of want to fade it. You want to swing left. It's weird. You want to hook a golf ball and bring it to the left. You're swinging right. And it really throws you off. And a lot of things we do that. In a spin, when the tail of a car is going out, you do the opposite. Kind of the same thing here is when you work out, you create energy. It's like, you think I would be tired. You mean I'm going to go for a walk today, or I'm going to do a Rocky workout like I do in the gym and hit the bag and go crazy with the ropes and, go at it. No, energy creates energy. So you may be a little tired. I mean, if you overdo it, obviously. But typically, if you're doing a good workout, you're going to create energy. So self-care is so important to be motivated. It's so important. And again, it goes down to a couple of things. Sleep. If you're not sleeping right, it's going to be hard to be motivated. It's going to be really challenging. So we got to make sure we're sleeping good. Okay? Self-care is the first care. It's our metaphysical morning ritual. Take time for self-care. And in fact, it starts the night before. So make sure you're sleeping critical. And with Dr. Paul here, I'm not a doctor. Don't play one here, but we do have Dr. Paul here. And one thing I will tell you is if you're just not motivated, like you're trying to sleep good, you're exercising, you're doing everything you can, you're getting a little older, like some of us, right? And things aren't working real well, I would suggest you get with a healthcare practitioner like Dr. Paul or somebody and get your blood work checked. See where your testosterone is, see where your estrogen is. For women, estrogen, men, testosterone. It makes a gigantic difference. And here's the deal. Self-care will lend to those. So I'll just talk from a male perspective. When I work out and lift heavy weights and get in the gym and eat right, my testosterone's high. If I'm not doing those things, my testosterone's not up and I kind of crash. There's a point in your life when testosterone production just ceases and you probably need some supplementation. Again, I'm not a doctor. I will supplement at some point. I don't have to now. But understanding your body is part of this. It's part of self-care. And if you just don't feel the motivation, and as a male that's the testosterone's down to 100, well, that's like the testosterone of a 100-year-old man. No wonder you're not motivated. So, the self-care is so critical. Sleep is part of that. It's part of the hormone balance. Eating right is part of it. Exercise is part of it. And again, having the right healthcare practitioner in your corner is part of it. A couple other things that are really important to get the motivation, right, is to get around the right people. Lose those energy vampires. I keep saying when we do our planning, do more things that give you energy, do less things that take energy. And that means same thing with people. If somebody's taking your energy, you have to manage it and you have to get them out. Like Sir says, there's maintainers and drainers and propellers. And he says your job is to get rid of the drainers. That's his whole life philosophy is get the drainers out, find those propellers, grab onto them and go with them. Okay? So understand that motivation is an internal thing, but there are some health issues. If you don't have yourself healthy and maybe you're not taking care of yourself and you need to kind of get into a health kick, get with your healthcare practitioner and do that. But then there's some, external ideas as far as listening to MorningCoach, getting education, maybe buying something. These are the things that are going to get you through the plateaus. And in anything you do, I don't care if it's learning guitar, getting here at MorningCoach, getting your financial structure in place, you're going to get the first initial, what we call that uninformed optimism state where you're all excited, and then you're going to get informed pessimism. That's when the plateau occurs. Man, I can't push through, and you have that crisis of meaning, I'm going to quit. What do we need to do? That's where I'm giving you the tips to get the optimism back, but informed optimism. Okay, I know what it takes. I'm getting myself in place to do it. I'm going to break through this, and I'm not going to give up this time. I'm not going to get apathetic, and I'm going to press on. And if it's not working completely, it's okay because we've got to check. And this is where we make adjustments to our plan. That's why I love this month, and that's why I love starting to talk about getting motivated. It's the perfect time to just kind of adjust where you're at, kind of that wash, rinse, repeat. If the board's crazy and there's tons of projects and everything's getting scope creep, clean the board and take a fresh look at everything. That's what we need to do to start our month. Okay? So let's get going. It's going to be awesome. Laugh a little bit today. Have some fun today. Man, it's a great day to be alive. I love you. Go do it to it. And tomorrow, Building a Second Brain, we're going to get in that book and we're going to rock that this month. So by the end of February, you're going to have a whole system set up if you don't already. And if you do, you're going to really optimize that system. Okay, go do it to it. I love you. And I'll see you tomorrow right here on morningcoach.com.